In this daily drop, it's part 2 of the INKEE Inflatable Lights. So let's go. All right, everyone, here we are with another episode. And this one is a follow-up to yesterday's episode about this INKEE Inflatable Light. A couple of questions came up from the episode. I also wanted to do a couple more things before I wrap this up. And whether I keep these or not, I think it's worthwhile taking a look at the whole picture when it comes to these. So that's what I'm doing. Now, first and foremost, somebody brought up a good point with the included inflator for this light. And if you haven't seen the episode previously, yesterday's episode, please watch that first. And I said I don't really see a point in that because when you look at this light here, and you inflate it, it takes about 2 breaths to inflate this thing. But the person said, and rightfully so, that one consideration might be condensation that's created from you actually blowing into the unit. I'm just going to blow it up anyway because this thing is loud. See, that's single breath. And Bob's your uncle, here it is. And by the way, just as a little aside, I'm lighting, at least in terms of my key, this episode with the other INKEE light that came with this 2-light set. So I'm just going to show you a still image right now. All I did was take a grip clamp or an A clamp, which is magnetic. I stuck it on the end of a little vertical pole I have, which is where my laptop sits, and I'm bouncing it off of the magic cloth that is in the Octa 3 softbox that I have. So I'm not using that light at all. I'm just bouncing off of that material. You could do something very similar with a rag, and that's how we're getting the key source. Nothing else has changed in the camera in terms of aperture, ISO. This is 100% and is giving me enough exposure in this controlled environment. All right, so another question somebody had was, can you power this off of USB-C and also charge at the same time? The answer is yes. In fact, I'm doing that right now, and it's charging up, but if I start to increase the overall intensity of this light, it is still charging and it's still operating off of this power bank. Now, the other thing is that I noticed that if you press the power button on this, what it does is it cycles through basically 0, 25% output, 50, 75%, and 100%, and it just cycles around. So that's a nice feature. Also, if you double click on the power button, it goes into the mode setting inside of the light. And what you can do then is you can change the mode. So mode 1 is correlated color temperature. Let's just go ahead and put that into that. Mode 2 is what they're calling bad TV mode. I don't think it really is a bad TV mode, but let me just go ahead and turn it up and you can see 3 blinking lights. Then you go in here and you hit it again. It's 2 blinking lights. Let me reduce the intensity here. It's too much, I think, for the setting here. And then 1 blinking light. To me, this doesn't read as bad TV mode, to be honest with you. But let's go ahead and see the next one, which is called bad bulb mode. There's 3 lightning strikes here for this, and then you hit it again and you have 2 lightning strikes, so you're seeing less of those. I'm a little cooler color temperature wise with this light than I am on my key, and then hit it again and it's just 1 lightning strike, so it just reduces that intensity. This is M8. This is your basically flashing mode with the TV icon. To me, this is sort of the TV one. And you can change the basic color temperature here when you're using these effects. So this is at now 2700 Kelvin and it's giving you that effect. Let's see what other modes we have here. This is, they call it lightning mode. I don't know if I would call it that. I don't know. So some of these gags are a little less than what I would expect. This is SOS. Then they have two others in here, which is strobe mode and flash mode. We won't get into those today. Going back to correlated color temperature and turning that off. And, you know, that's basically the deal. Now, at $30 each, I really am on the fence here. I know that they skew a little magenta, but I kind of see that, you know, just being able to pack these up and have them take very little room up in your kit is definitely a plus. Again, not 100% sure that there's a huge advantage over going with this over maybe a small little tube light, except for there's definitely a weight consideration. These things, now this is a power bank, I'm just pretending that it's a little tube light, but these, if it was a tube light, would probably have quarter 20 taps here, so you've got a rigging point, but you're still bringing hardware to do that. A little A-clamp, like I'm using over here, that's magnetic, is really easy to attach to virtually anything. So maybe these things are growing on me for 30 bucks each. I'll put a link to them again in the description. Don't forget to. And I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.